Welcome to Sankey Flow Show MiniTutorial. This one is about advanced modeling. You should already know how to create custom data input forms and how to set the logical item types. You will learn how to add numeric parameters and mathematical functions to your diagram. You need a pro license to access the features shown in this tutorial. We start with a simple example from the energy industry. Please do not pay too much attention to the details such as technical terms and units of measure, and focus on the modeling features of Sankey Flow Show instead. The example shows an item gas mix connected to two items, biogas and fossil gas. To keep it simple, both types of gas sum up to exactly 100 megajoules. Our first goal is to enhance the diagram in a way that we can change the value of biogas and the diagram automatically calculates the fossil gas. We can achieve this with the logical item types of Sankey Flow Show. We connect the gas mix to a consumer. Set the type of the consumer item to fixed values. Set the type of gas mix to sum up from in to out. And set the type of biogas to user input. Now we get a data input form where we can enter a value for biogas. I enter 30. And Sankey Flow Show automatically adjusts the value of the fossil gas to 70. Let us now try to achieve this behavior with parameters and mathematical functions. Later in this tutorial you will see why this can be beneficial. We select the gas mix and click the Parameters button. In the Parameters dialog, we click Add Parameter. Enter a name, renewable, and the value of 20. Then we add another parameter, name it fossil, and enter a mathematical formula. The formula is 100 minus renewable. When we start typing renewable, Sankey Flow Show is searching for matching parameters and shows them in a drop-down list. You can hit the Enter key to accept a parameter name. Please notice the resulting value of the parameter fossil. Currently it is 80. We can change the parameter renewable to 30 and fossil changes to 70. Now let us refer to the parameters in the input lines. And again change the value of renewable. And you see all depending values are changing. We close this dialog and select the diagram. The data input form does now automatically show an input field for renewable. We can change the value and see the diagram changing accordingly. The next step is to connect the consumer and set the item type of the consumer to user input. The data input form is now showing a second field for the input of the consumer. I change its value to 150. And we see only the connection to gas mix changed, but not the lines for biogas and fossil gas. Currently, there is no link between the output and the inputs of the gas mix. We have to set the item type to fixed ratio. And again change the value of the consumer input to 150. Now all connections are adjusted accordingly. Let's have a look into the details. I open the Parameters dialog of the item biogas, and it is now showing a field scale with a value of 1.5. This means that all inputs and outputs are multiplied by 1.5. At first glance it seems a little complicated, but try it and you will find that you can get a clear separation of the items and that it supports modular thinking and modeling. One more thing I would like to show you. I have added some items and connections for electrical power. Similar to the gas example, there is a renewable and a non-renewable share. Now, we want to synchronize the gas and the electricity. In other words, we want to change the value of renewable, and it should have an effect on both the gas and the electricity. We open the parameters dialog of the electricity grid mix, and in the input lines, we refer to the parameters of the gas mix. Dot, dot means one level up and refers to the diagram itself. Following is the item name. Double quotes are required if the name contains spaces. And the reference ends with dot parameter name. In the same way, we reference the fossil parameter of the item gas mix. And finally, we set the item type to fixed ratio and close the parameters dialog. Our data input form does now contain 3 input fields. We can change the field order and the captions, and at the end we can enter values and the diagram is automatically adjusting. The turn is on you now. Try out what you saw on www.sankeyflowshow.com.